Hello, dear brothers and sisters in Christ. I'm going through the Bible, and to help me, I have gotquestions.org. But if there's something that is missing, I will just apply it to the video. Or if they are not rightly dividing, I will do it. But I'm going to make some videos now on the book of Ecclesiastes, because not a lot of people are teaching on that, and the book has a lot of good things in it. Really, the types and shadows and anti-types become really clear in the book of Ecclesiastes. So this video is about who is the preacher in Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 1 begins the book this way: the words of the preacher, the son of David, king in Jerusalem. The Hebrew word translated here and throughout Ecclesiastes is Qoheleth, a word also meaning collector or governor. Some other Bible versions translate it as teacher, and they have quoted here from the ESV. Who is this nameless preacher teacher? Solomon or someone else? And it seems to be pretty clear that it is King Solomon, the son of David. And we can all read, so if it says the son of David, then we know that it's pretty much King Solomon. First, we know the preacher was a collector of sayings. This fits the biblical description of King Solomon. 1 Kings chapter 4 verse 32 says that Solomon spoke 3,000 proverbs, and his sons numbered 1,005. In Proverbs chapter 1 verse 1, we also see that Solomon was a writer of proverbs. These were the collected sayings of Solomon, the son of David, the king of Israel. Solomon, as a collector of words, fits the description of Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 1. In fact, Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 9 specifically says that the preacher set in order many proverbs. Second, the phrase son of David limits the identification of the author of Ecclesiastes to one of David's physical sons. Since Solomon was the only son of David that we know of to leave writings, he also fits the identity of the preacher in this respect. Third, the preacher in Ecclesiastes was king in Jerusalem. He served as both a writer and a king. Again, descriptions that fit Solomon. Fourth, the preacher, according to Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 9, was wise, and we know that King Solomon was given the gift of wisdom by God. 1 Kings chapter 4 verse 29. Fifth, the preacher imparted knowledge to the people. Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 9. This also corresponds with what we know of King Solomon. He spoke about plant life, from the cedar of Lebanon to the hyssop that grows out of walls. He also spoke about animals and birds, reptiles and fish. From all nations, people came to listen to Solomon's wisdom, sent by all the kings of the world who had heard of his wisdom. 1 Kings chapter 4 verses 33 and 34. The word translated preacher is used 6 other times in Ecclesiastes in the ESV, including the following passages. And I need to scroll down. Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 2, Vanities of vanities, says the preacher. Vanity of vanities, all is vanity. Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 12, I, the preacher, have been king over Israel in Jerusalem. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 27, Behold, this is what I found, says the preacher, while adding one thing to another to find the scheme of things. That makes me think of a person. All the evidence points to Solomon as the preacher and the writer of Ecclesiastes. As an older man, Solomon looked back at the mistakes he had made in his life and drew practical wisdom and an eternal perspective of them. So with that said, now we know who is the preacher in Ecclesiastes. Thank you all for listening. God bless you all and see you in the next video. Bye.